The Justice League has more than a handful of adventures together, especially in animation. When it comes to the DC animated universe, they aren't the only heroes in the globe. Observe the Teen Titans, a group of teenagers you may have already known about, and 2 movies are centered on them. Hadn't seen this interpretation of the team until recently, so I watched the films to see if they should fly to the sky or be buried in the rocks. And my priority prior to discussing the media is displaying a spoiler alert before your very eyes. Make sure you get your powers and pals together, for you'll need them both here. Hey, I'm Owen, the Fiction Fanboy, and here's my double review on Justice League vs. Teen Titans and Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. At the start of Justice League vs. Teen Titans, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Flash battle against Lex Luthor, Toymaster, Cheetah, Solomon Grundy, and Weather Wizard, with that last guy getting possessed by a demonic creature shortly after the other baddies were dealt with. Robin, Damian Wayne, ignored Batman's orders by taking care of the empowered cruel climate changer incorrectly. For that, Damian must learn how to work in a group effort and not do everything himself. Thus, he had to join a team of superheroes around his age known as the Teen Titans. Meanwhile, the entity from earlier takes Superman's body, making life more complicated for the Man of Steel. Getting back to that later, Starfire is the leader of the Titans, and her allies are Blue Beetle, Beast Boy, and Raven, the first one having a fight with the immature Wayne. Making matters worse is when Beetle gave Robin a wound, Raven heals it, unveiling something meant to be a secret. Checking up on the S-wearing super, he keeps getting bizarre headaches due to what's going on in his head, eventually leading to the discovery of who or whatever was inside Weather Wizard is now inside Superman. Robin tried to figure out what happened earlier, but because Raven dismissed Robin's question about it, he tried searching for data on her with the computer, but got very little. Even though the team fights crime, it ain't their only purpose. They're supposed to be a family, beings who need to feel at home. The Tamaranian princess had a chat with Richard Grayson, who is Nightwing, and her boyfriend, since she sought a way for everyone to get along. As soon as the word fun came into mind, she had the idea to have the members of Double T go to the carnival. It seemed like the occasional playing games, eating food, and winning prizes at first. Things took a turnaround at the moment some dark spirits caught Raven's attention. All the other Titans aid her in a short melee, and what this means for Raven is that she must inform everyone now more than ever on what is going on. Trigon, the most powerful demon within a gem in the underworld and father of Raven, is planning on conquering Earth. To do that, a special portal needed to be working. Following the backstory, the JL arrived. Why did they show up? To take Raven for protection. And if they wouldn't have her, Trigon would, because Cyborg, Flash, and Wonder Woman end up getting possessed, whereas Batman used a toxin to prevent himself from getting involved in the sinister situation. So the showdown the film has been building up to finally happens. Yet it's not very climactic, and Raven surrendered herself, keeping her colleagues from getting hurt anymore. All hope was not lost yet, since Blue Beetle was able to free Cyborg before anyone could leave. The recently reformed half-man, half-machine guy was able to track the location of where the gateway was. Robin used a piece of kryptonite to recover Superman, who was then able to dismiss the entities inside Flash and Wonder Woman. Despite this, Trigon was in his physical state, and the Titans had to enter the underworld to stop him. Demons awaited him, and an undead Ra's al Ghul tried and failed at convincing Damian to join the dark side. Once Raven was saved, she was capable of defeating her dad and sent to a shard of the stone he was stuck in, which is now on Raven's forehead. A little celebration for the victory happens, and Tara is seen approaching the T-shaped tower midway through the credits. So, this movie was good for me. I admire this version of the Teen Titans a lot. Ship-shape the animation is. Trigon is pretty fearsome, and having the most recognizable DC team be the ones that caused his reign was brilliant. Every part of the story was easy to follow. Not to mention, solid voice acting, and I'd say Starfire would have to be Kari Walgreen's best role to date. No offense to Hynden Walsh. My gripes are that Damian isn't my favorite Robin. I expected more members of the Justice League, and most importantly, the two teams don't really get to fight each other until near the climax for a bit, sort of making the title misleading. Now that I've gotten this film done, I shall get to the sequel, and the scores will be shown not too far from now. In the beginning of Teen Titans: The Judas Contract, we go back 5 years where the Titans were even younger than they were currently. Furthermore, the members at the era were Richard as Robin, Beast Boy, and members who only show up in the flashback are Speedy, Kid Flash, and Bumblebee. Then and there, they saw Starfire in a struggle with Gordanian captors sent by Blackfire, her evil sister. Regardless of whose side of the story is more convincing, the Titans side with Starfire. Gratitude for being rescued is shown through Starfire kissing Robin, giving her the ability to speak English. Heading to the present, Richard is alongside the Titans as Nightwing. Tara is a part of the team, for now at least, and their enemy is Brother Blood. Near the end of the attack, Nightwing offers Starfire an opportunity to live in an apartment. Invitation was accepted, but details about Brother Blood were still necessary. While Blood desires on using them for a machine built just for them, he did test it on his own assistant and even killed him afterwards. Tara is tough to understand. She needs help, yet refuses any given. Let's also mention that Blue Beetle is having some technical difficulties with his suit. That would only be a minor plot point, for Blood hired Deathstroke to capture the heroes needed for the invention. During a Titan training session, Tara is reminded of her horrors, causing concern for everyone else. A suspicious detective Damian chases Tara and realizes that she's working for the assassin hired to seize him and his teammates. Say what you want about that being unsurprising, though I bet you didn't think she'd have a romantic connection to Slade. Beetle took a soup job at the kitchen he went to beforehand in order to get his malfunctioning armor to calm down. Richard and Star are enjoying their new home together, and although not much is known about Damian's whereabouts, a 1-year anniversary party of Tara being a part of the team happens, along with the discovery of someone collecting intel. We see Robin has been imprisoned in stone he cannot get out of. Not too long from the event of having cake, Tara has grown soft with the teens she's been living with, especially when she bonded with Beast Boy. Things aren't all sweet, however, because traps were prepared for the remaining components of the gadget, the Titans. Blue Beetle sat somewhere he shouldn't have. Beast Boy pushed a button, even though there was a literal note telling him not to do that, and Starfire received a gift from Nightwing, by which I mean trick from Slade. Also, we're apparently pretending an explanation for how Raven was taken isn't needed, since Nightwing was the only one standing. How much longer would he be standing would be up to him. Slade found Nightwing, had a duel for a bit, and granted that the latter lost, he had survived getting shot at thanks to a piece of wood. Blood's machine was nearly complete, yet Nightwing was presumed dead, meaning Tara had to be the substitute. Yep, betrayal. Real bummer. Sarcasm, BTW. Nightwing saved the Titans, and in the nick of time too, because Blood transformed into a monster with all the powers he absorbed. Those men related to Batman fought Deathstroke, whereas the Titans took on the Freak. Heroes prevail, with Tara making a sacrifice. Epilogue sees Beast Boy on a podcast with Kevin Smith about his team, and following the credits shows the assistant who has withstood the bullet Blood fired at him moments ago. I have to say, this was better than its predecessor. All the pros from there apply here as well, except replace Trigon with Brother Blood and Deathstroke, and instead of fearsome, they're formidable. The title is less deceptive. Richard and Star's relationship was handled well, and forgot to say this, but both flicks suit the targeted audience. In terms of cons, not seeing how Raven was apprehended when we saw clarifications for the others caused inconsistency. Kevin Smith's presence was questionable, and my major problem is Tara craving for sex with the person who took her in. Ponder about it. She was found by an adult as a child, so would you approve of that? Didn't think so. Alright, ratings. Justice League vs. Teen Titans will have 4 out of 5 stars. Teen Titans The Judas Contract earns 4.25 out of 5 stars. Therefore, the DC Animated Universe Teen Titans movies have an overall score of 4.125 out of 5 stars. I almost want a third installment of the series, as this was a great rendition of the young heroes. I pray we see another version of the beloved supers sooner rather than later. Want the fiction to spread? Then please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. Don't forget to also comment below and follow me on Instagram for teasers and thumbnail previews of future YouTube videos. Thanks for watching, look forward to seeing you again, and have a good night-o!